Hey folks, welcome to Nina's Kitchen. So today we're going to attempt to make, and I say attempt because I have not actually done the work, the General's Special Hearty Soup, and that's a West Indian soup. And there's many walks of life that actually, many groups of people who make this type of soup. So I'm going to make it. It's also part of my culture as well, but we're going to make a nice strong soup, especially if you're not feeling too good like me. So we're going to start off with all of these things, and these are the things that I don't remember all the names for. I just remember Glenn buying them. And we have corn, we have scallions, we have carrots, cilantro, and we have okra, sweet potato. Sometimes he used to use pumpkin, but I'm going to use sweet potato. These, and a green banana, regular potato over there, red onion, garlic, of course, and okra. I think I said that. A piece of ginger. Normally he would use a Scotch bonnet, so I'm using ginger. He also used ginger sometimes. And instead of cooking the beans from the regular chickpeas in the pot, I'm just going to use the canned chickpeas and some red kidney beans. All right, small ones, of course. And we're going to chop all of that up. I just want you to see what we got here. And we have garlic over here, see? And then we're going to, we're getting ready to make the dumplings as well. So I use, as well as Glenn did, wheat flour mixed with a little coconut flour and garbanzo bean flour. So with just a little bit of each. And then you mix it together with water, with salty water. And then we're going to use our seasonings in the pot, which is boiling right now. So I'm going to get busy chopping the vegetables, and then I'll be back with you before we put them in the pot. All right? So everything is all chopped up and ready to go. Water is boiling, and we'll be putting that in a second. So we have all of our things. We have our corn, carrots, and okra. We have our sweet potato. We have all of our different yams, batata, and a bunch of things that, like I told you, I don't know the names. Some yucca, some red peppers, cilantro, scallions, and garlic is mixed up in there. And my green banana's hiding right there, and the white potato. So we got everything ready. We also have our dough for the dumplings ready. So all I have to do is break them off and throw them in the water when everything else is ready. And we have our thyme ready to go in there in a second. And water's almost ready, and we'll be back. So we're ready. The water is boiled, and we're about to put everything into the pot. I'm going to first throw my thyme in there, because that's how Glenn used to do it. And then we'll put the seasoning in after. Now, I'm going to take all of this, and we're going to put that in the pot. So, doesn't matter which way it goes, but I want the seasoning to start early. So, just throw it in there. Onions. Yep. Everything goes in the pot, basically. Oh yeah, and welcome to Nina's Kitchen. I'm AngelNaphtalie. I'm also known as Nina. And we do a lot of cooking here, me and the kids, grandchildren, and we experiment on things. So this is going to be called the General's Vegetable Soup. This is something he did. Now, he's no longer with us in the physical sense, but I'm sure he's talking to me right now, like saying, oh, you forgot to do such or such, and that's not the way I did it. Well, I know, but he wouldn't let me make it, so that's why I have to do it my way. So now it's still going to be called the General's vegetable soup. Sometimes you can add fish to it, salmon, tuna. He liked codfish too. I'm just having vegetables today. I'm not in the mood for fish. So we're just going to do it like that. I rinse off my hands. And it's important that when you're cooking with food in this way that you keep your hands clean, of course. So we're going to add a little bit of turmeric for you know, it's good for you. I'm not going to explain all of the reasonings for that. Little Goya adobo. Okay. A little rosemary. We already put the thyme in there. A little rosemary is always good for soup. Since I didn't have, I forgot the Scotch bonnets, I'm adding a little cayenne pepper for a little zippity-doo, along with the ginger that's in there. And some West Indian spice that Glenn created, the General created. Alright, it's just a little bit, and some black pepper. We already put some black peppercorns in there earlier into the water. Right now that's the extra. And then we're going to let that simmer for a little bit before we add our dumplings. But in the meantime, I'm going to make the dumplings and get it ready. So we're done with that. And our pot is a little overflowing here, but it'll simmer down in a few minutes and then we'll be good. Oh, I forgot the beans too. So we have our beans. The reason I am using canned red kidney beans, small red kidney beans, and chickpeas is because it takes a long time to actually cook these two things in their raw state of mind. So, and because I'm doing this for you, we're not going to put these in yet because I don't want to cloud up the water. We're going to leave them here, and as soon as this simmers down, then I'm going to add them because they don't need as long to cook. Oh, I forgot the corn too. But we're going to add the corn and okra and stuff in a few minutes as soon as this simmers down. So stay tuned. We're going to put the cover on lightly, and we'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll make the dumplings, get them ready, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients into the pot. It's going to be a soup that can last for a couple of days. So stay tuned. Okay, so I think it's time that I can add some of these other ingredients. I put the corn in, I put the carrots in, and all we need to do is add the garbanzo beans, which are chickpeas, and we're going to add them in. I'm dropping things all over the place. This is going to give it a nice creamy texture when it's done, and I love chickpeas. I just love them. Red kidney beans for protein. So you don't have to eat meat or chicken and all that. And I don't eat those things, so that works out for me. All right, so we're going to add all of that. All right. And our okra, we're going to add some of that because that is very good for you. It's one of Glenn's, the General's favorite vegetables. And that's why it's called the General's vegetable soup. Now I started making the dumplings already, so I just got to finish up making them. I don't want to, but you don't need to see my face anyway. So I already made a bunch of them. Now remember, our dumplings here are not made with white flour. They're made with whole wheat flour, coconut flour, and garbanzo bean flour. So they're not as doughy, all right? They do crumble a little bit, but they're, I'm telling you, they're more healthier for you. So you roll it out, and then you chop it into little pieces like that, and you just stick them in. I don't think it's quite ready for that, but we're going to leave that one in there. It will tell me in a little while whether it needs to have more. In the meantime, they're already done, and in a few minutes we'll add them to the pot because I need this to simmer down and all the vegetables to be cooked up before I add the dumplings. Okay, soup is looking good. Time to add the dumplings, and we're just going to stick them in the pot like that. There's no rhyme or reason. You just drop them in. That's why they're called dumplings. You're just dumping them in there. Dumplings, little baby dumplings. And I've already made them, so all I have to do is drop them in. And then we'll kind of push them around with the spoon a little bit. I'll stir the soup up. And everything is really coming together nicely, very nicely. So I'm really happy with what I have accomplished today. And I believe the general is watching and saying, yep, it's looking good. So I have enough dumplings in there. I don't need to add any more. And they're actually doing pretty good. So I want you to see what the pot looks like. So I'm going to bring you a little closer. Yes. That's what you call the General's vegetable soup. And remember, you can add other things to it. We always chose to just keep it simple and have just that there. So we'll test it out later and let you know how it tastes. Enjoy. Soup is ready. Let's turn down the heat and put on our bibs because it's smelling yummy up in here. Okay, the General's soup, vegetable soup, is ready. So we're going to turn off the heat and we're going to scoop it up. All right. Yes, indeed. Look at that. I'm going to get some of these vegetables out first. All right. Get some carrots. Then we're going to get some broth here. That's right. We need some okra. Some sweet potatoes. And look at how the gravy looks. Nice and creamy. And as I leave it to sit overnight, it's going to be even more creamier in the morning. From the chickpeas, the red kidney beans, and also all of the potato and batata and all of that stuff that's in there. So let's try it out. I wish you could smell this. Yes. Broth. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you're not feeling too good, like I wasn't feeling earlier, and it's so cold out, this is what you need. And the dumplings came out perfect. So, let me get one of them up in here. See? It came out perfect. They taste yummy. And they're nutritional. So, hey, can't beat it. So, thanks for joining me in Nina's Kitchen. And I hope that you enjoyed cooking the General's soup.